Hello, Rick. This is Devin from SEO Dallas, Texas. I spoke to Denise yesterday, and I'm making this quick free custom video to show you 3 easy ways that you can beat your competition online and start taking back all the clients that they're taking from you. And Rick, you might be asking, Devin, why the heck are you making me this video? And it's really simple. I just found out a little while back that there's a lot of small business owners out there that are doing the right thing, and they're taking care of their customers and putting all their attention on that. And they don't really have the time to learn how to make the internet work for them and bring in more of those customers. And the only thing holding them back from hiring a marketing company is knowing who is an expert and who is not an expert. So I found out by giving these free attack plans, a lot of business owners at the end of it all just say, hey, you know what, Devin, I like you. See, you got some tricks up your sleeve. I want you to handle this for me. So if you do want me to handle this for you at the end of it, just let me know. I'd be glad to help you out. If you just want to take this free information, apply it yourself, by all means, that's totally okay. I just ask that you give me some feedback on it. Let me know. So I can continue to grow myself. But without further ado, the 3 things I'm going to talk to you about today, Rick, are content, citations, and then backlinks. So content is king in Google's eyes. Content is anything on the front page that has to do with words, how your images are saved, and then what text is behind those images. And the reason why that's king is because that is what Google's bots, or their crawlers, look through to determine what they should rank your website for and where they should rank your website. And so just looking at your page, first off, your page is a great looking website. I really love the imagery. I don't know if you paid good money for these photos or you took them yourself, but it's awesome. I love the revolving gallery you have here. It looks great. It looks like it's like a family built business. So it's definitely definitely a business that people would feel comfortable working with. As far as content goes, you're only seeing about 850 to 880 words on your front page. You're going to want closer to about 1,500 to 2,000. The old number used to be 1,500. It's closer to 2,000 now. And in your industry and in your niche and area in Dallas, you might want to go a little higher than that because your competition actually is shooting pretty high. Another little tip for you, what you save images as also counts as content. So this says Metro Flow Plumber, which is pretty good. What does this one say? Metro Flow Plumber with happy customer. These are all good for people who already know your name. They're looking for a Metro Flow Plumber. They're going to see that. However, if you want to take advantage of this and take this opportunity, you could save it as like Dallas Plumbing or Dallas Plumbing Expert. And that's how people are going to look at you and they're going to find you extra for those specific keywords. All right. Looking at your competition, you have DallasPlumbing.com. If you type in Dallas Plumbing or Dallas Plumbers, these are the first guys that pop up. They have a ton of content. You're going to want to beat them. Now, they're over 2,000 words, so I would recommend for you, just in your industry, going closer to 2,500, 3,000 total, just to make sure Google knows that you're an authority and you know what you're talking about. If you go to Texas Green Plumbing, again, you can see they have a ton of content. You're going to want, I apologize, you're going to want a bunch of that. You're going to want to beat their content too. You're going to want to have at least 2,500 to 3,000 words just to make sure you take that over because Dallas is a very competitive marketplace. Next thing I'm going to talk about is backlinks because content is king. It is the biggest piece of the puzzle when it comes to ranking you number 1 organically, but it's not the end all fix all. That's the phrase. So what it is, the next step is backlinks. This is when other websites are putting a link to your website and that tells Google like, hey, these guys know what they're talking about and these guys are the authority on plumbing. And not all backlinks are created the same. You're going to get a lot more power from a backlink coming from another plumbing company than you would from like someone who's from Pizza Hut or from like I don't know, like an ice cream shop or something like that. Because you don't do pizza, you don't do ice cream. So I use a tool to check this out. It's called Ahrefs.com. It costs about $1,000 a month depending on the plan that you go with, but it does show you a lot of search engine optimization information. And looking at your website here, Metro Flow Plumbing, over the past 3 months, your rank has been dropping steadily. Got a little couple spikes here and there, but it's been dropping, and your traffic is going down. It went down almost 25% over the last month. Now you're being found for 93 referring domains at the moment, and you have 639 backlinks coming from those domains. The reason why I want to boost that, if you look at the next guys, DallasPlumbing.com, the reason why they're ranking so high is they have 280 referring domains, almost 200 more domains linking back to you. And then Texas Green Plumbing, they have 93 as well. But it also has to do with your keywords and your ranking. So what I would say to get your domains as high as, or your rank as high as possible, not only to beat these guys by adding another 200 referring domains, but you really want to dominate them. So with your specific situation, I would add another 250, maybe even up to 300 domains within the plumbing industry, but within the plumbing niche, pointing back to you and giving you those backlinks because that'll show Google that, hey, you really are the authority and they should rank you as number 1 organically. Final thing you want to look at is citations. When someone needs a plumber and they need to pay right now, they're going to pick the guys at the top of the list. This is a great spot to be. This is pretty new. It's called Google Guaranteed, and it's a form of paid advertising, but the leads that come from me are pretty darn good. It does require certification, so I would recommend getting started on that if you haven't done that yet. It takes a little bit of time. Down here, your conventional Google ads, they don't work the way they used to. There's a lot of people nowadays who just have ads blocked, so they don't even see it. But on top of that, there's a large group of people who just have had bad experiences with this, and so they stop clicking them altogether. So a majority of traffic and a majority of your emergency plumbers are going to come right here in the Google Map Pack or the Google My Business Pack. And how you get in here is based off citations, and citations are anywhere on the internet where your name, your address, and your phone number are listed into different directories. You might be asking, what is a directory and how do I get into that? Directories are websites that allow businesses to list their information. So you're talking about like Yellow Pages, White Pages, Yelp, Facebook, Bing, stuff like that. And so what I would do in the strategy we use is for the area you're in Dallas, I would go find these other companies, find out what directories they're listing their citations in, and list your company in those exact same citations. Now, just doing that is going to get you to match with them, but you want to dominate the marketplace, right? So what I'd recommend is not only doing that, but then adding a bunch more on top of that to give you a nice space cushion to guarantee you hold this #1 spot. So you're going to have #1 organic as well as #1 in the map pack. We have a list of about 500. You can choose them if you want to use us. But that's all I've got for you. Again, I went over content. In your specific industry, I would go for about 2,500 more to 3,000 words in total, just to make sure you're considered an authority. Add on another 200 to 250 websites, the minimum, linking back to you within the plumbing niche. And then adding on more citations and just taking the citations that your competition is taking from you right now. So that's all I've got for you. If you want to do this yourself and just to take these tips and apply it to your own website, by all means, all I ask is just to give me some feedback on this education so I can grow and help my business grow. But if you want me to handle this for you, I'd be glad to help you out. You can always give us a call, and here's our website. It's SEODallasTexas.com, 214-441-6737. And if you go to our website on mobile, 214-441-6737, you can just click this. It'll go right to our phone. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.